Hi everyone, my name is Yijie Zhang. Now I will introduce my project report. My project name is The Roadless Rule and the Tongass National Forest in Alaska. First of all, I will talk about some short introduction. The lead agency is USDA Forest Service. The location is in Southeast Alaska. The stage of EIS is the draft stage. And there are four sections in a standard EIS: the introduction, the need of proposed action, the description of affected environment, and the range of alternatives to proposed actions. The EIS follows the standard because it has four special sections for environmental change. The environmental problem is that the natural environment, including its resources, is impacted by this project. The proposed action is to adopt a sustainable environment model that is less harmful to environment. Furthermore, the effective environment is also evaluated through the project. And the purpose of this project is because of the rising fossil fuel prices and increased climate change. The forest program needs to be revised to make renewable energy more permissive to stimulate the economic development in Southeast Alaska communities and provide low carbon energy alternatives to the use of fossil fuels. The predicted impacts are meeting the region's surface water, forest, air quality, and wild animals. The project is aimed to sustain the forest and tree by managing the wooding. Therefore, it can ensure the forest is sustained in the region. Thus, it is beneficial for forest preservation and tree protection. The program also improves the air quality because the tree number is increasing. The surface water is also preserved because the increased number of trees primarily protected the surface water. The surface water will not be lost due to the loss of trees. And I want to talk about some finding with the lead agency. The most significant impact is the preservation of forests and trees, the primary responsibility of the lead agency. The forest is an essential element for the lead agency. And for cooperating agencies such as Wild Service and U.S. Fish and so on, they care for and support more about natural resources, including wild animals and fish. Furthermore, water is also one significant part of resources for nature. Any existing groups, especially the residents in the place, also benefit from the project because it protects their living places so that their lives can be sustained. If the resources are used excessively, they cannot sustain their lives. There are two alternatives for the projects. The first action is to do nothing for the place, leaving it to its current state, meaning that people do not do anything to improve the local environment. This alternative is not helpful for the environment and people because the environment in the place will degrade. The second alternative is to protect the environment sustainability. This makes the environment sustainable. I think decision makers should comply with sustainable development goals. It should be constrained meanwhile, considering the interests of all stakeholders, meaning that they are considered all the time. The official actors in the project include governments, residents, and natural environment, and business who want to develop the project. Residents are directly impacted by environmental degradation. the government takes the most responsibility for protecting the environment. Natural environments such as forests and wild animals are direct victims of the environment. The official actors include third parties such as non-profit organizations with the ambition to improve the environment. However, they are not directly related to environment and critical stakeholders, but are intended to improve the local environment. Okay, let's talk about some proposed project, which is sustainable development goals. It's called for ending inequality, poverty, and planet protection. This can ensure that all people enjoy prosperity, justice, and health. At this point, we might need to nurture and maximize the compliance performance. The project's vulnerable groups are residents whose living habitats are ruined. The environmental impact are reduced. This project has many perspectives related to EIS. Firstly, this project complies with environmental protections. Furthermore, it is also effective to reduce inequality as well as reduce poverty. The scoping process refers to gathering and analyzing the environmental reviews of projects. The scoping process is about the project and informs people about environmental impacts. Public involvement in the project can know how to connect with the audience to connect with an audience. Let's take a social media platform, for example. If people have talked about the issue of environmental impact, then they like to work with their friends. Then they are the target audience for the project. It has to know that the resources such as money and time are also constrained to influence people's interaction with animals. And for the EPA's rating system, under the EPA rating system, the rating is high because the EIS follows the standard EIS format. Moreover, the EPA rating is closely related to goals as well as how its comments are helpful for projects to improve the EIS. To some degree, I believe that EPA system is less effective in terms of its evaluation of environmental impacts, while it focuses more on the policy discourse. Finally, I will talk about the story behind the project. The main story behind this project is that the environmental impact of human activities is enormous. Therefore, environmental impact could lead to different outcomes for human beings. Human beings must take out effective action to fight against human-induced environmental impacts. It is a story about human and environment. The project's core message is to call for people to pursue sustainable development because it is critical for residents and stakeholders to keep their success. That's all. Thanks for your listening.